Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us this evening. I'd like to thank my co-host Charlie for all his work in putting this demo together and to congratulate him on the fabulous facility that he's built here. To start, I'm going to lay out what the big picture is. What our goal this evening is to give you all a chance to audition today's latest state-of-the-art in digital audio conversion. We have two premium digital audio converters. We have Avid's new offering they call the HDIO, and we have the Apogee Symphony I. And what we've done is Charlie has, with surprising ease in his well laid out facility, been able to, we have taken a stereo pair of microphones, they're Sennheiser MKH 800s. We've positioned them in Charlie's studio so that they will listen to the three-piece jazz trio. I hope it's three. And we're taking the output of the mic pre and sending it to the two converters, and in each control room, each of Charlie's three control rooms, you can have an A, B, C comparison of the mic pre's output as it heads off to the converters, and the Avid converter and the Apogee converter. And you also get the fun of standing where the microphone is in front of the band so that you can go, oh, well, that's what the original sounded like. So that's the big picture. That's why we've called us all together.
Well, the title of this is Why Care About the Best Sounding A-to-D Conversion. It all ends up as MP3 these days, and I'm going to stick in the word anyway.
So a beginning point is, why do we care about high resolution audio, and why do we care that digital converters are getting better when it all ends up as an MP3? And I believe we need to care that as I believe my next point, Bill.
Sure. The reason is based on quality of art. Your competitors in developing their art of music are constructing the best sounding image of their art, and only at the last moment before they sell it on today's low-res market do they print a low-res version for mass marketing.
That pretty much says what I think, that we who are in charge of the production, the development, and the preservation of our art, and I say our as an engineer and producer, and our as you, the musicians, the higher resolution product that we make guarantees that we stay competitive with the other people in our business who are making high resolution images of the work they're doing. And just because the principal delivery medium happens to be some kid with an iPod with earbuds in his head, that doesn't mean that we should walk away from conserving our art at technology's best. My point here is that everybody kind of buys the same chips from the same kind of guys. I mean, you know, nobody's sitting at home putting transistors and resistors together to make digital converters. They're buying them from major companies, and you know, the good ones are the good ones, and nobody has exclusive hold on the good ones. But since so much of digital sound has to do with philosophy of what you want, how you handle the digital and analog section to be, that what's more important nowadays is the philosophy of the designer more than the solid state circuits themselves.
The filters are new in Symphony I/O. Converters are new, the circuitry of the converters, the power supply has been redesigned, and even the clock, the Big Ben clock that's so famous with Apogee that's inside of the Symphony I/O, is actually optimized performance. It's been physically moved closer to the converters. So, and all of this adds up to a sense of imaging. That's a word that we use a lot at Apogee. I don't mean stereo imaging, but a whole front and back left, right, a whole depth of the sound field that is just so musical, like when you're listening to a recording, like you're in the room with the musicians, which of course will be tonight. And you're going to hear it in the low frequencies. Really listen to the whole frequency range. You'll hear it in the high frequencies and the mids. It is such a simple design, and people really like that. And you're going to find when you look at Symphony I/O, it really has a simplicity on the front panel of using a duet or an ensemble. This knob on the left lets you choose between your main outs or either of the two headphone jacks, and then the knob on the right, you can adjust the gain of either the main outs or either of the two headphone jacks. So it's just the whole front panel interface has that simplicity, but maybe the first visual indication that this is not a duet and this is Apogee's high-end converter is the metering that you'll see when you walk into the control room. These 8 input and 8 output meters are gorgeous and accurate to 0.05 dB of accuracy. As soon as you see that red segment on top, you know it is clipping in your DAW. Here's the last main point that I want to make about Symphony I/O. We're obviously looking to the unpretty side, no meters. This is the back of the unit where you can see 2 card slots. This is the other part of the flexibility with Symphony I/O, the modular design, and why we're really referring to Symphony I/O as a new platform that Apogee will be developing for many years to come. Right now, with the 2 card slots, there are 5 possible I/O cards that you can select between. There's an 8x8 analog card, and there are 16-channel cards. The 16-channel cards, you don't get more analog channels with a 16-channel card, because the 16-channel cards actually just go in one direction, either 16 channels in or 16 channels out. So you can have in the 2 card slots 2 8x8 channels, or you can have a 16 channel in and a 16 channel out, or you could have a total of 24 in, 8 out. How would you get to that?
One of each.
You'd have a 16 channel card and an 8x8 card, depending whether you needed more inputs or more outputs. So
We have 2 independent Pro Tools systems running. It happens that Charlie has set the 2 Macintoshes to run on a single monitor, but they are 2 completely independent Pro Tools sessions, so that when you listen to the Avid HDIO, you are listening to the Avid HDIO's clock, and when you're listening to the Symphony, you're listening to the Symphony's clock, and the 2 systems, the 2 Pro Tools systems, both running Pro Tools 9, are running as completely independent systems.